An official date for the state funeral of former President Jimmy Carter is now set. January 9th will also be a national day of mourning for the only former commander-in-chief to live to be 100. Federal agencies will be closed that day in his honor. Carter passed away Sunday in the same small town where he grew up and the same home he built back in the 60s with his late wife. The Nobel Peace Prize recipient was considered a champion of rural America, but characterized himself as a citizen of the world. President Biden says that humility defined Carter's life.
Today's world, some look at Jimmy Carter and see a man of a bygone era. With honesty and character, faith and humility, it mattered. But I don't believe it's a bygone era. I see a man not only of our times, but for all times. Someone who embodied the most fundamental human values we can never let slip away.
We've got team coverage for you. Mark Strassmann is in the former president's hometown of Plains, Georgia. And CBS News correspondent Skyler Henry is at the Carter Presidential Center in Atlanta. And Mark, I want to begin with you. There's so much history for the Carter family where you are. What more are we hearing from his relatives so far?
Hey, Lindsay, I think we have to remember, of course, that for all the global attention on the death of Jimmy Carter, this is also a deeply personal loss for the Carter family. Mr. Carter had 4 children, he had 11 grandchildren, he had 14 great-grandchildren, and they're all grieving in private. The closest we've come to a response or reaction to what has happened from them is a statement from his son, Chip Carter, one of his 3 sons. I'm going to read the statement in part. My father was a hero not only to me, but to everyone who believes in peace, human rights, and unselfish love. The world is our family because of the way he brought people together. All the global attention, of course, has also focused on Mr. Carter's legacy as the 39th president. Back in September, I talked to Jason Carter, one of his grandchildren, and I asked him what he believed his grandfather thought his legacy should be. He believes when history casts the final ballot, it'll be a vote for Jimmy Carter.
I think he has always looked for a different judgment than the one that comes from politics. And I think that his faith and his beliefs about this country and the world make him happy with where he is.
And Jason also told me that he felt very lucky. Why lucky? Because he got to spend 25 years working with his grandfather on all the various causes that his grandfather held dear in his post-presidency. Lindsay?
I love the part of Chip's statement, unselfish love. May we all be introspective enough to not only hopefully be lucky enough to receive, but to give unselfish love. And Mark, we touched on the idea of Carter being a champion of rural America. He also simultaneously juggled diplomatic efforts around the globe, efforts, of course, he was awarded with for the Nobel Prize. How is he being remembered by neighbors?
Well, there are about 540 people who live in Plains. This is a small town. There's not even a single stoplight in this town. And it's very much being treated here like a death in the family. It's a death in a small town where almost everybody knows everybody, especially when you only have 500 folks or so who live here. And so this town, you can definitely feel it. There's something different about today than in past visits that I've had here, but people are very subdued, and they're certainly giving the Carter family the space they deserve so soon after the loss of the 39th president.
Mark Strassmann, thank you so much. Let's turn now to CBS News correspondent Skyler Henry, who's at the Carter Presidential Center in Atlanta. Skyler, what is the atmosphere like there today?
Hey, Lindsay, good to be with you as always. A somber one, but also one that is championing and celebrating the life of the 39th president. We have seen people come out in waves throughout the day today, and really in the minutes and hours following the announcement of his death yesterday. We were here watching people drop off flowers, candles. If you look over there at the growing memorial now, you will see everything from even a helmet representing the president's work with Habitat for Humanity, even a jar of peanuts, all recognizing the peanut farmer from Plains, Georgia, who meant so much to so many in this state. When we speak with people here, they all talk about the sense of humility that they felt as if he had, and really the fact that he was the type to roll his sleeves up and get the work done, really talk the talk and walk the walk, and really do so much for so many around the world, not only here in the United States, but what he and his wife Rosalind, as well as others who worked here at the Carter Center, were able to check off and do in the name of health and democracy and peace in so many nations all throughout the country. It's why so many felt a calling, if you will, to come here and pay their respects and really sort of say that they felt as if they lost Georgia's chosen son.
Now we see those people behind you doing just that. Skyler, what more are we learning about ways the public can pay their respects, both there in Georgia and in Washington, D.C.?
Sure. There is a service that will be held here at the Carter Center before the state funeral up in Washington, D.C. For those who cannot make it here in person, there is an online condolence book at jimmycartertribute.org where people can leave their remarks there to say how much the 39th president meant to them.
Skyler Henry, thank you so much. In 2018, CBS Evening News anchor and managing editor Norah O'Donnell sat down with former President Jimmy Carter to discuss what he thought about his legacy.
How do you want to be remembered?
Well, that's, but my family, I hope I can be remembered by as a good great-grandfather and a good grandfather and a good father. By my wife, I hope I can be remembered as a good husband. But in politics, as a champion of peace and human rights, I was lucky enough to keep our country at peace for the 4 years that I served. And we were, I think, looked upon as a champion of human rights then. So that's the two things I guess politically speaking of it, I'm proud of.